In the far reaches of northeastern Afghanistan lies a remote, forgotten place, a mountainous region known as Badakhshan. It's isolated, rugged, and rarely spoken about in modern conversations. But centuries ago, this land was home to something far more valuable than gold. A gem, blood red, deeply hypnotic, and cursed, or so the stories claim, is called the Balas Ruby. Not a true ruby, not in the scientific sense. Geologists now know it was actually a spinel, a different type of mineral altogether. But to ancient eyes, and to the kings and conquerors who wore them, the difference didn't matter. The Balas Ruby shimmered with such deep glassy red brilliance that it was considered more valuable than a diamond, more mysterious than any sapphire, more dangerous than any emerald. And those who possessed it often paid a terrible price. The Balas rubies were found only in one place on Earth, the Kuh-i-Lal mines of Badakhshan. These were no modern operations. The mining was done by hand, in pitch-black tunnels carved into the mountainside by torchlight. Men risked their lives crawling through unstable rock to extract these stones, hoping for a reward that might lift their family out of poverty. But as the locals soon believed, the stones were not gifts from the mountain, they were warnings. The miners called them Kuh-i-Lal, blood gems, and with every large stone taken, it was said that a life must be paid in return. Despite the dangers, the gems found their way across ancient trade routes. Through the Silk Road, they moved from Afghanistan to Persia, then into India and the courts of China. Each stone bore a story. Each was passed from hand to hand, sometimes through trade, sometimes through bloodshed. One of the most famous Balas rubies ended up in Europe, in the hands of Edward of Woodstock, better known as the Black Prince. The stone was enormous, uncut, glowing like fresh blood. He received it from a Moorish ruler who had murdered a rival to obtain it, and just like the man before him, Edward died violently, never ascending the throne he was promised. The stone passed on, always surviving, always outliving its owner. That same stone now rests in the front of the British Imperial State Crown. Millions have seen it in photographs without realizing that the glowing red jewel isn't a ruby at all, it's a spinel from Badakhshan, and according to some, it still carries its curse. But the Balas ruby's reach extended far beyond Britain. In India, the Mughal emperors were obsessed with the gem's deep red clarity. One stone, the Timur Ruby, was engraved with the names of 5 separate rulers, all of whom met sudden or violent ends. When the British colonized India, the stone was taken and gifted to Queen Victoria. It now sits in the Tower of London, a silent witness to centuries of conquest. And yet, while the stone's value grew in the West, its birthplace, Badakhshan, faded into chaos. By the 19th century, the region became a battleground for empires. First the British, then the Soviets, then the Americans. War after war tore through the mountains. The mines fell silent, the stones disappeared, but not completely. In the shadows of modern conflict, whispers began to surface. Local smugglers still found stones, raw, uncut, and glowing in the dust like drops of dried blood. They were smuggled through black markets in Pakistan, disguised as Burmese rubies or synthetic gems. The buyers, wealthy collectors, private dealers, even royal families, never questioned their origin. Some didn't even know what they were holding. Others knew exactly and paid handsomely to keep it quiet. And through it all, the curse remained. Modern gemologists scoff at the idea, of course. They say a gemstone can't be cursed, it's just superstition, coincidence. And yet, when you look at the pattern, it's hard not to feel a chill. Everyone who ever owned a large Balas ruby, a true one from Badakhshan, eventually met a tragic fate: assassination, betrayal, war. The stones never stayed in one place long. They seemed to carry a weight that even the richest kings couldn't hold for long. And the strangest part? Many believe the largest veins of these stones were never mined at all. According to local folklore, the richest part of the mountain, where the biggest Balas rubies lay untouched, was sealed by the elders, buried beneath rock and prayer. They believed the stones were not gifts from the earth, but punishments from something older, something divine. To dig them out was to disturb a balance that humans were never meant to touch. Today, the roads to those mines are nearly impossible to reach. The region is controlled by militias, torn by politics and poverty. Few dare enter, and fewer return. Yet every few years, 1 or 2 stones surface on the market. Unlabeled, untraceable, sold quietly for millions to collectors who don't ask questions. These collectors don't display them. They lock them away. Some say the stones are too powerful to be shown. Others say the collectors are too afraid of what might happen if they wear them. So what are these gems really? Are they just beautiful minerals misunderstood by history? Or are they something more, relics of a forgotten past, carrying with them the weight of every death, every war, every lie they've passed through? The truth is, no one knows. But the next time you see a glowing red gem in a crown or around the neck of someone impossibly rich, ask yourself this: where did it come from? And what had to die for it to reach them? Because in the mountains of Afghanistan, the earth still bleeds, and some stones are better left buried. If this story sent a chill down your spine, you're not alone. There are hundreds of untold tales just like this, hidden behind museum glass, auction rooms, and royal vaults. Want more eerie stories about cursed gems, royal secrets, and ancient treasures? Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single mystery. And tell us in the comments, do you believe in cursed stones? Or is it all just tragic coincidence wrapped in red? Either way, next time you see a ruby, look twice. It just might be watching you back.